Okay, and I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? That when you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole, is what you are.
So we're going to be talking about Mike Lindell. Give a little bit of context to what's going on right now with Lindell. He's being sued by Dominion voting systems, you know, the voting machines. He's being sued by them for, I think, $1 billion. Fox News, quote unquote, as their, Fox so-called news, just settled with Dominion for $750 million. So it's a big defamation suit, and Lindell is in a lot of trouble right now. Not good, to say the least. Anyways, one of his depositions from March 8th, 2023, leaked. Only 22 minutes of it. Now, this is like a 4-hour deposition. It was stretched across multiple days. I think at least 2 days, and we got clips from each of the 2 days. Well, I made a little compilation. I found the source, the original clips. Let me give you a little taste of it, okay? Check this out. This is just one of them.
Okay, and I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? That when you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole, is what you are. No, he's an asshole. No, he's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what.
Dude, I love this so much. I love it. I love it to death.
You are. The lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
Yeah. I guess he called the guy a quackhole a whole bunch. It was really, really funny. Anyway, that's just like one of the many clips, okay? So I can hear you thinking to yourself, Mike Lindell's really sensitive about his pillows, right? Like overly sensitive. That's a little ridiculous. But it's not just the pillow thing. That was one of many negative interactions that Lindell had with this guy. So we're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to watch every clip that I got my hands on from this deposition. I think it's 22 minutes worth of clips, 19 or 20 minutes worth. And we're going to watch all of it. Anyways, I'll give you some context as we go. Let's listen to how this deposition started, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. While we do this, I'm going to play Breath of the Wild 1, the original. Just something to do. So Breath of the Wild will be in the background here. Shouldn't bother you too much if you never played it or whatever. All right, let's give this a listen.
What's your full name, please?
Michael James Lindell.
Well, good morning, Mr. Lindell. My name is Charlie Kane. We met for the first time about...
Who's paying you?
Who's paying you? He just busts out in the middle of a question. Who's paying you? I guess it's like an implication that he's being paid by the deep state, right?
About 4 minutes ago.
Okay, go.
Is that right?
What's that?
Is that right?
What was the question?
We met for the first time.
Yes.
Dude, he's not even listening. He's already being a quackhole himself. He has no interest in doing this deposition whatsoever. Which, by the way, works against him. Let me tell you a little trick that I've learned, or a little, a rule of thumb, we'll say. It's a rule of thumb, not a trick. But it's the first thing that a lawyer learns in law school. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but my wife is in law school right now. And the primary rule that I have heard from her is do not piss off the judge. Don't do it. Judges have disproportionate amount of power in this situation. Too much, probably. They have more power than they should. And pissing off a judge is a quick way to lose a suit by default. Now, Lindell hasn't said anything negative about the judge yet. He will. We'll get there. But being a D-bag in a deposition like this is a surefire way to get the judge pissed off at you. So he's not even, he's pretending that this is just a big joke. And that's going to work against him eventually, inevitably.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start slow. because the court reporter is trying to take down what you're saying, okay?
Okay, so the stenographer, I think is what it's called. Stenographer is trying to take everything down, so we're going to talk slow so the stenographer has the opportunity to record everything for us, right?
Don't sit and scold me already, mister. I'll do whatever I have to do. So I don't, you're not.
Well, like he's being scolded? No one's scolding you, Mike. They're just asking you to talk slowly so the stenographer can take it all down. Jesus, this guy is looking for a reason to be pissed off, right? Is it just me?
You're just a lawyer. You're an ambulance chasing lawyer. So don't start with me. I got all day. I'll take as much time as you want. So let's go.
Called him an ambulance chaser. That comes up again in a couple of minutes. Just keep listening and see what else Mike has to say here. And keep that in the back of your noggin, that ambulance chaser thing. Remember it.
You're not my boss. You're just a lawyer, frivolous lawyer. So go.
Nobody said you were like he was your boss, Mike. This guy has serious problems with authority or something. I don't know.
Don't start scolding me.
Oh, I'm asking questions. I'm not going to scold you.
Go ahead.
He wasn't scolding you. He's just asking him to speak slowly so the stenographer can take everything down. The correct answer to that request is you got it.
So let me finish my question.
Oh, yeah. I added fade-ins and fade-outs. So every time you see a little fade, that means that we lost the in-between. They only released certain clips. So this is the beginning of the next clip.
So let me finish my question, okay?
Yes.
I tend to be a slow...
By the way, you can see the time stamp on the bottom. So it was only like 2 minutes later when this next clip came out.
So let me finish my question, okay?
Yes.
I tend to be a slow talker.
Good for you.
I'm from Texas originally.
Good for you. I got all day. We'll make a week of this. How about that?
He's trying to establish a rapport with Mike Lindell, presumably just being nice with him and having normal conversation. And Mike is just intentionally refusing to have any of it. He's refusing. He wants to be an asshole, basically, is my read on the situation.
Go ahead.
Probably up to your lawyer, but I'm happy to stay as long as you'd like.
Just keep going.
All right. Why'd you call me an ambulance chaser?
What?
Why did you call me an ambulance chaser?
Because you are. This is a frivolous case, and if you're representing this guy and you've read this case, you are a disgusting lawyer, period.
Okay, so like I said, Fox settled with this guy. I mean, Fox News, they settled with Dominion for defaming them intentionally and knowingly. They lied about their character. They slandered this company and destroyed their reputation intentionally, knowing that what they said was a lie. And they had to pay $750 million for that. Mike Lindell also, presumably, I mean, that's what he's here for. That's what we're adjudicating. Lied knowingly about all of this stuff. I feel like having an eyelash in my eye. It's not frivolous. This is real, Mike. Okay, people have already paid out hundreds of millions of dollars for this exact thing. There's nothing frivolous about this situation, and he should be taking it a lot more seriously than he is, really, for his own good.
That's my right to say. You want to sue me too, Mr. Ambulance Chaser? Are you working on contingency or consignment with the guy? What are you? No, I can't believe anybody would take this. This is absolutely disgusting. It's a disgrace to our country. It's a disgrace to you.
Well, if there's no merit to it, then just have it dismissed. Ask the judge to have it dismissed on the grounds that there's no evidence or no merit to the case whatsoever. But a little fun fact, you'll find out later, he did try that. But as it turns out, there is merit to this case, and there is evidence to be had. at least in part from Mike Lindell's cell phone, because the FBI seized it a while back. And I'm assuming, I don't know, this is just a total assumption, blind assumption, so don't take my word for it. I'm assuming that when they made a copy of the hard drive, they can probably, Dominion, they can probably subpoena the FBI for access to that cell phone for what he was up to. I guess time will tell, right?
Anything else?
No, that's it. You asked me the question, I answered it.
All right. I said objection, non-responsive. Let me explain a few more things to you.
What?
Let me explain a few more things to you. Mm-hmm. Have you given a deposition before like this?
I've given a ton of depositions.
Okay, so you
Wow, what a thing to say. I've given a ton of depositions. I've never given a deposition in my life. What could Mike Lindell have given depositions for in the past? This is crazy, dude.
Positions.
Okay, so you understand the process somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Okay. When I ask you a question, you need to do your best to respond only to my question.
We're going to arrest me?
No, but it's going to be used against you, you dumbass. Shut your mouth. The fact that his lawyer isn't telling him to shut his mouth and just answer exactly what the lawyer asks and no more and no less is blowing me away. He should fire his lawyer, Mike Lindell should, for not telling him to shut his mouth and do, exactly what this other lawyer tells him and answer the questions exactly as they're asked so that he doesn't bury himself like he's doing right now. Honestly, Mike Lindell might have a case for a lawsuit against his own lawyer for gross negligence for not stepping in and saying, Mike, shut your mouth and answer these questions as they're asked, no more, no less. Where is his lawyer in all of this? He's sitting to to Mike Lindell's right, to our left, by the way. Mike Lindell's lawyer is. He's there. He's just not stepping in to stop Mike for some reason.
I'll say whatever I want, and if we have extra, that's too bad. There's no rule that says I can't give a full answer. So, I'm telling you the rules. Have you ever been in a deposition where they can't stand who you are? Have you?
A lot more than you, sir.
Okay, good. Keep going.
Okay, I don't even understand what that means. I'm sitting here trying to think this through. Wait, I feel like this is like Inception. It's like we're going 6 levels deep now. Have you ever been, what was it?
Have you?
A lot.
Wait.
The rule says I can't give a full answer. So, I'm telling you the rules. Have you ever been in a deposition where they can't stand who you are?
Have you ever been in a deposition where the other person can't stand who you are? So what's the implication? Is it that Mike Lindell doesn't like this guy, or is it that Mike thinks that this guy doesn't like him, or what? I don't know.
Have you?
A lot more than you, sir.
So I assume that this lawyer, any deposition that he's ever taken part in, the other person didn't like him, I'm guessing.
Okay, good. Keep going. Don't tell me about my depositions. You're not my boss. You're just some frivolous lawyer in here, and you bring in this frivolous case to me.
Did anybody ever say this lawyer was his boss?
And especially against a company that had nothing to do with anything. You're disgusting. Keep going.
Wait, okay, hang on. What did he just say?
And especially against my depositions. You're not my boss. You're just some frivolous lawyer in here, and you bring in this frivolous case to me. And especially against a company that had nothing to do with anything.
Oh, I see. They're suing Mike Lindell personally, and they're suing MyPillow, his company, and a variety of other things that Mike Lindell owns. And I'm assuming that they're suing MyPillow and trying to establish the link there because A, Mike Lindell could try to hide all of his assets in MyPillow, and B, Mike Lindell honestly he was acting as the spokesman of MyPillow when he said some of this stuff, actually. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. It seems like that's what they're trying to build, with this deposition. Okay.
You're disgusting. Keep going.
Jesus, dude, you're disgusting. What is wrong with him?
I want you to understand another thing.
What's that?
This case is pending in federal court
I don't
in
care.
Colorado.
What does that have to do with anything?
Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. There's a federal judge that's going to likely be reading and watching this deposition.
I don't
Do you
care.
understand that?
I don't care. She should have dismissed this a long time ago.
Uh-oh. This lawyer, he probably knew exactly what he was doing. He was setting Mike Lindell up to hang himself with the judge, basically. Like I said, don't piss off the judge, ever. Don't do it. It's a mistake. It will come back to bite you in the ass. Don't do it. So let's listen to Mike Lindell basically hang himself. Like this lawyer gave him the rope. Now let's watch Mike Lindell use it.
She hasn't ruled on that. There's a problem. I got a problem with her too.
Uh-oh.
Judge has practice standards on how...
No, the judge did not dismiss this case. We put in to get it dismissed, and she ruled an unfair ruling saying, well, go ahead and do discovery and waste all your time while I'm sitting there not doing nothing. That's what that judge is doing. So don't tell me what the judge is doing, and you just let me worry about the judge reading this, okay?
Okay, give a little context there. Basically, Mike Lindell put in for a summary judgment, which basically means not only does he want the case dismissed, it's not that simple. He wants the judge to make a ruling on it right now because it's the evidence is in front of them to see that it's frivolous. In reality, that's not the case. It's not a frivolous suit. I mean, Fox News settled with Dominion for $750 million. Lindell is in a lot of trouble right now. A lot of trouble. Why would the judge ever do a summary judgment? Not a dismissal. Summary judgment. What? And Lindell's like, oh, and now she's going to waste my time. We're going to do a deposition while she decides. No, I think she decided, Mike. That's why you're sitting here doing this deposition. Because her decision was, you get to go through the process just like Fox News and everybody else did. This case is not frivolous as far as the judge is concerned. Seems to me. So there's the context for what he's talking about there. Again, don't piss off the judge.
That's what that judge is doing. So don't tell me what the judge is doing, and you just let me worry about the judge reading this, okay?
I just want you to understand that.
No, you
reviewed.
just don't worry about me. You're not out for my benefit, okay? He's out for my benefit, not you.
Well, I mean, for one thing, this lawyer certainly doesn't want to, be attacked for, 4 hours straight. He just wants to get through the damn questions, probably. It's not it's my benefit or your benefit type of thing. It's that I don't want to deal with this. Please just answer these stupid questions. And also, as the lawyer will tell us in a minute, if the judge is unhappy with how this went, doesn't feel like he was acting in good faith or whatever, Mike has to sit through it again. He just has to do the deposition a second time. So I don't know what Mike thinks he's doing here, or what he thinks he's accomplishing, but he's not accomplishing anything except failure.
So you can don't worry if I say something that offends the judge, okay? You just let me worry about that. You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good. Keep going.
The reason I bring that up, sir, is if the judge is not pleased with your conduct in this deposition, there may be penalties associated
Okay, good.
with that.
You tell her. You go ahead. And you thank you for your worrying about old Mike. You're really, it's great.
He's not worrying about old Mike. He's worrying about the fact that he doesn't want to deal with your stupid ass for a second time.
Seems like you bring a frivolous case up. You really have my back. Go ahead. Keep going. That judge, you put this in the record, that judge, it's a big problem I got. If someone didn't have the money or time to sit through this garbage, when I put into her summary judgment last summer and she hasn't ruled on it.
No, I'm pretty sure that she ruled on it. She already said, I'm not doing a summary judgment. That's ridiculous. Why would I do a summary judgment on this case when there was just a $750 million settlement on something very similar?
Either say yay or nay. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to our country that she couldn't make a ruling. Go ahead and do deposition. If it was some guy that didn't have money, you would put them under just in this garbage.
Well, I think her saying go ahead and do deposition was her saying, I'm not giving you a summary judgment. That is an absolutely absurd thing to ask of me. I can't even believe that you'd think that there's a possibility that that might happen. That's my impression. She said, go ahead and do the summary judge, or go ahead and do the deposition. And there was your answer, Mike. Jesus, this guy is so angry. It's hilarious.
Wasting my day, wasting my time. But think if it was...
Oh, he's suddenly worried about his time. Mike, you're setting yourself up for failure here. If you're worried about your time, then just shut your mouth and do exactly as the lawyer asks of you. That's it. You're wasting your own time here. Jesus.
Wasting my time. But think if it was someone on the street. Don't you care about people? This is disgusting.
Well, see, that's God. See, now he's calling out to, like, you know, he's special and that's why they're coming after him, blah, blah, blah. It wouldn't be a normal person on the street. You know why? Because a normal person on the street doesn't have the platform or the capability to defame a massive company and cost them billions of dollars. But the owner of I almost said the owner of Mike Pillow. The owner of My Pillow sure does. So there would be no guy off the street in this situation.
This judge should have ruled a long time ago that you're yay or nay, frivolous or not. But she didn't. She said, go ahead and do discovery while I sit and decide what I'm going to do. That's disgusting. I got no problem with you on that. I got a problem with the judge not making a ruling.
And he wants to make sure that the stenographer took all that down because he's so upset with the judge. This is insane. I cannot believe that this dude has the apple bag to say all this stuff to the judge. Oh my God, dude. He is nearly guaranteed to, like, get, like, the worst deal in history as a result of this because the judge isn't gonna like him. And like I said, judges hold a disproportionate amount of power in our society. They shouldn't hold this much, but they do. Mike is setting himself up for ridiculous failure here.
So there.
And his lawyer is allowing him to. His lawyer is sitting there keeping his mouth shut, watching as he hangs himself. Where the hell is Mike's lawyer? He's in the room. He's not doing anything for Mike.
Now go ahead. Now that the judge has that on record, now you don't have to worry about what me and the judge think of each other. All right?
Objection, non-responsive. Here's another thing that I need
I love it. Objection, not. He didn't answer the questions, what that means.
you to know, Mr. Lindell. If the court
I think. I'm not a lawyer. That's just my assumption.
determines that you're not being responsive or acting in good faith today, we may have to come back and do this some more. And I want you to understand that.
Oh, I got that.
All right.
Then shut your mouth and follow the instructions, Mike. You're talking about his wasted time, wasting time with the lawyer and the everything else. You don't seem to care about wasted time. You care about being an asshole to people. This guy is shameless. This is what he's like in private, okay? This was not expected to be made public. Well, Mike Lindell didn't expect this to be made public. And here we sit. It was made public, and now we can see Mike Lindell for who he really is.
And if that's the case, I will be asking for attorney's fees and costs for
you
us
will,
to
huh?
do it
I'm
again.
already asking for them. I might just come after you guys for the most frivolous case ever when this is done. If there's a way to sue you, believe me, I'm doing it.
Well, there isn't.
Okay, just so you know that, beyond anything you've ever seen. So be prepared.
I'm committed to being polite and professional.
Okay,
today.
go ahead. We're getting.
He is, dude. This lawyer, this Dominion guy, holy shit. The nerve on this guy, he just sit there politely and calmly and quietly and just waits, lets Mike be a D-bag, and responds appropriately. That's it. It's honestly impressive to me that the lawyer can keep his cool so eloquently. I don't know that I could. With Mike Lindell acting this way, I might have lost my shit on him by now. I don't know.
That. Now you know where I sit. Let's get on with it.
Okay. In other words, if Joe VP Box Guy says, you know what, Mr. Lindell, you shouldn't be out there talking about this, and also selling this product at the same time. Maybe people could get confused.
What do you mean selling this product at the same time? I object to that, dummy.
Shilling your product. You were. This is the claim by Dominion. The claim is that Mike Lindell was using the attention that he got as, somebody calling out the election. He's using that attention as a springboard to get himself more money, to get more attention for himself and his pillows and his promo codes and everything. Like, he used the far right, who now loves the dude to death because he's out there fighting the election and all of that. He used them to his benefit. Practically every clip that I have over the past 3 years has included some Mike Lindell promo code. So the claim is that he was using them to build his brand. And that, I can see that.
But they thought that Trump was giving signals to his militias. These people live in paranoid land. They're not sane like us. They're not rational like us and Mike Lindell. By the way, I've ordered a lot of Mike Lindell slippers and a lot of Mike Lindell bathrobes and a lot of Mike Lindell towels for Christmas. My Pillow, use the code Lance. You can get 50 to 60% off. I'm wearing Mike's slippers as I speak. I love Mike Lindell. He's one of the more rational parts of our army.
Anyway, the point is Mike Lindell used it as a springboard to boost his own reputation, to boost his reputation, to boost knowledge of his existence, basically. This is a prime example of Mike Lindell advertising his stuff while talking about the pillow, while talking about voting machines and stuff. They're linked. That's why MyPillow and Frank Speech LLC, the other company involved in the lawsuit, are even included. Listen to this. This is from early March 2022.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've been working on it 5 months, and we're doing a class action. Actually, I'm announcing it here. I announced it on my program. Y'all watch frankspeech.com.
You hear what he's doing here? Right in the middle of this, speech that he's giving or whatever on election fraud, while blaming the voting machines and everything, he's shouting out one of his companies. He's trying to build one of the companies that's involved in the lawsuit.
Keep watching. But
thus making them, thus linking them together and justifying this company suing MyPillow, Frank Speech LLC, and Mike Lindell, all three.
It's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay? I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months. We're getting county commissioners, county clerks. They're all the plaintiffs, and we've already got about 300 on board.
Again, this is how many years ago now? And it was completely made up. It never happened the way that he's saying that it did. This is just fabricated.
And we're going to get rid of these machines once and for all for any election in history.
Okay, there's another clip that I wanted to watch. Let's see. Oh, wow, I just clicked right on it, I think. Hang on. Listen to this. This is one of the clips they're probably using in the lawsuit against him right now. He accused Dominion and Smartmatic directly. He accused them directly of, changing votes and stuff, malfeasance, election malfeasance. That's why he's in this room, because he accused them directly and ruined their reputation in the process.
Everything you're going to see over these next 7 months.
By the way, this is mid-January 2022 when this happened, when this video came out.
To get rid of the machines, you're going to see the Supreme Court case coming out. All these great things, everybody. By the way, you can find more at frankspeech.com.
You catching that? You can find more at his website. That's why they included Frank Speech LLC in the lawsuit. That's why. Is there really any wonder anymore?
Put that out there. There are so many. I'm more optimistic today than I have been yesterday, the day before that. I'm on an incline like this. Why? Because it's so amazing. All the things that we have, we already have all the pieces of the puzzle. And you talk about evidence. We had enough evidence to put everybody in prison for life, 300 and some million people.
That's impressive, because there are only 325 million people in the United States total. So you have evidence to put 300 million people in prison? Jeez. Where'd you get that evidence, Mike? Can I see it? Of course, the evidence is never made available to anybody. Of course, it was made up all along, simply to get Trump into a better position electorally and demonize the voting systems, like the voting companies in the process. So the point here is Mike Lindell most definitely, absolutely slandered Dominion, and Dominion has every right to include MyPillow and Frank Speech LLC in the lawsuit, because he's using them as a springboard.
Thing that I need you to know, Mr. Lindell, if the court determines that you're not being responsive or acting in good faith today, we may have to come back and do this some more. And I want you to understand that.
Oh, I got that.
All right. And if that's the case, I will be asking for attorney's fees and costs for us to do it.
Yeah, so he's saying that you're going to be wasting more of your time by doing this, seriously. All right, we already listened to this. See if I can... Okay, here we were, right here.
In other words, if Joe VP Box Guy says, you know what, Mr. Lindell, you shouldn't be out there talking about this, and also selling this product at the same time. Maybe people could get confused.
What do you mean selling this product at the same time? I object to that dumb answer. What are you talking about?
Well, he was using it as a springboard. That's what he means.
Walter, melt down our machines and buy a pillow.
Yes. That is exactly what you were doing. Melt down the machines. Oh, yeah. And check out frankspeech.tv, my website. Oh, yeah. Check out mypillow.com. Use promo code blah, 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 whatever. Yes, you were doing that. You were doing that exact thing. This is absurd that he's like pretending he didn't. Bro, video clips exist, okay?
Melt down our machines and buy a pillow. I mean, what is wrong with you? Anything I do, that's the way because I'm so branded. It's like, you're branded as a frivolous lawyer. Anything you do, well, you'll be branded as that, because that's all I know about you right now. So go.
I don't know what that means, or what, like, did he count that as a W, or what?
I mean... I don't know what you're saying. You're trying to associate that anything I say becomes part of my pillow. That's not true.
That's correct. That's not true. But you did use it as a springboard to boost sales for your company. This whole, like, the Dominion thing, you used it to build your fame. And, the whole defaming part of what you did to Dominion was designed to build your fame. And while your fame built, you used it as a springboard to build your brand also. So basically, you built your brand, your company, off of the backs of another company. That's what happened, really.
You get all that.
Not sure, Mike. Non-responsive.
No, but it's disgusting.
Non-responsive.
You sit here.
I love it, dude. Non-responsive. He didn't answer the question. Objection, he didn't answer. Just give us an answer, Mike.
I'm branded as now
Mike,
election, not my pillow guy. It's the opposite.
Mike, we just got to slow it down.
I know, but it just pisses me off.
I understand.
I think that's his lawyer for the first time.
I understand.
So disgusting.
You don't remember my question, do you?
I love it.
Yeah, the question is, do people know you as the my pillow guy, blah, blah, blah. I just gave my answer. No, they know me over here as this guy that's trying to save our country, but because of lawfare and dirty things that Eric Coomer did on that.
Oh boy, Eric Coomer is the CEO, or was, maybe he isn't anymore, I don't know, was the CEO of Dominion Voting Systems, the people that made some of the voting machines in some of the precincts. They don't even make, like, all of them. They don't even make the majority of voting machines. To my knowledge, it's insane that he was going after Dominion. But anyways, he cannot stand Eric Coomer because, well, he blames him for, like, all of it, for everything.
One day, which that's when I called him out, I can't go on my stage. I can't. My company has been hurt so bad because of people like this, Eric Coomer.
No, because of you, Mike. Because of you. Take some responsibility. It wasn't because of Eric Coomer. It wasn't because of Dominion. Your company was hurt because you did what you did.
I can't go on my stage. I can't. My company has been hurt so bad because of people like this, Eric Coomer. So bad. This guy, in tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars.
You don't remember my question, do you?
Right there, page 36. Page 36, where I called you lawyers just as bad as him. I called you guys criminals.
You did? Yeah, using the company My Pillow to make that statement, right?
After the lawsuit, Mr. Twister.
Okay, after the lawsuit. So I'm trying to assemble some of this so it's a little bit more understandable for you. But basically, Mike Lindell claims that any statements that were negative that he made about Eric Coomer or Dominion or anybody else, those statements were only made after they already started the lawsuit. Really? Are you kidding me with this? So the lawsuit was frivolous up until now? It's now okay to sue, like, Lindell for what he said about Eric Coomer because it was after the lawsuit started? I mean, is he admitting that he said this stuff in the first place? This is just bizarre.
After I was sued. Everything in here in your little lawsuit, other than that one little paragraph, everything I said came after he sued me. After Coomer served his papers.
We don't need to replow that, okay? I've heard you say that.
Well, then I'm just telling you. So that's what, using My Pillow. After. It's a joke. It's shoving it back in you guys' face going, oh, you think My Pillow benefited from this? Give me a break.
My Pillow absolutely benefited from the coverage that he got on the far right. He was giving out promo codes to far-right extremist nutcases like they were candy. He would advertise with anybody who was on the far right, neo-Nazis or whatever. Did not matter.
To them employees that are trying to support their families. You guys are disgusting.
Oh my God, now he's calling out to the poor families. Mike, it was your fault. It was your doing. You made this happen, okay? You hurt those families. You were the one that went out there and used your platform to destroy and slander somebody. It's just a joke.
My Pillow benefited from this? Give me a break. Talk to them employees that are trying to support their families. You guys are disgusting. What else you got? It's kind of a sad day for you, isn't it, to see how bad My Pillow's sitting, and you're trying to make it look like this was some grand thing to make money. It's just sad.
Well, I don't think it was this grand thing to make money, but you were absolutely using it as a springboard to make money, without question. I mean, I can't even believe he's trying to deny this. It doesn't really matter. I mean, there's plenty of evidence to show what Mike Lindell did. I mean, I just showed some of it a second ago. That was just for Frank's speech. That just justified Frank Speech LLC's role in the lawsuit. Not even My Pillow. But yeah, it definitely benefited Mike Lindell, without a doubt, and his companies.
It really is. It's sad. This is probably the most frivolous lawsuit in the history of the United States, and I mean that. It's shameful.
Great. Well, then go through the lawsuit, and the judge will let us know what she thinks about the lawsuit, right? But when you lose and you owe Dominion basically everything that you own because you destroyed their company, you're going to complain that you were, taken advantage of and it was an evil system and blah, 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 all that other garbage. You're going to be the victim, inevitably, right?
That judge did not dismiss this last summer when it was brought up for dismissal. Shameful.
Shameful the judge didn't dismiss the case. Oh my God, dude.
You through?
Eric Coomer did this directly to me, and I made one statement about him.
Dude, he cannot stand Eric Coomer. Wow. Again, CEO of Dominion for a short time, or for a while, but I don't think he is anymore. Let's see, who is the CEO? By the way, Dominion doesn't just make voting machines. They make a bunch of stuff. Who is the CEO of Dominion? John Paulos, I think, is now. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure if it's still Eric Coomer or not. But yeah, Mike Lindell talked mad shit about Eric Coomer nonstop, actually. And I have clip after clip after clip of Lindell talking about Eric Coomer. Oh, and by the way, this lawsuit isn't against Mike Lindell on Eric Coomer's behalf, like Eric Coomer was wounded. This is about defaming a company and destroying it. It's like the dude is like addicted to lying. He can't give it up. It's crazy. It's just ridiculous. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I'm deeply entertained, truthfully.